Hi, we're Team Ace, and today we'll walk you through the valuation of Electromechanica. So first, we did a quick background research regarding Electromechanica. It is a startup founded in 2015 in Vancouver, BC, and its only product up until now is Solo, which was launched back in September 2016, which is the eco-friendly EV. So our report is structured in a way such that it starts with the investment thesis, so what factors we'll look at before we invest, and what are the risks and mitigations that are available, and it will end with a quick recommendation.
So the first key element that we think is very important for a startup business to be successful in the near future and get through the Death Valley is to have a strong management team. The president and CEO, Gerald Crow, is a very experienced entrepreneur. He started from managing his own family business and then move on to automobile-related industry. So we think he's very experienced and knowledgeable in this industry. And other professionals in the team, such as CFO and COO, they all have very long time work experience in the related field. So, and of course, this is based on our research. So future due diligence is required for us to conclude a more informed conclusion.
So next, we need to look at the product. The main product Electromechanica is providing now is the Solo model. This model was first introduced in 2015. After researching and designing, the final model was launched in 2016. Solo is a three-wheeled, single-seated electric vehicle with high performance, also featuring on lightweight batteries. Although there are some threats to the Solo model and to Electromechanica, such as low barrier of entry, we can also see some potential opportunities. Because people start to focusing more on reducing carbon emission and also to be sustainable, we can expect an increase in demand for electric vehicles such as Solo model.
Compared to other automobiles, Solo has relative short charging hours, long driving distance, with relative low price. However, Solo's major features are easily limited by other more resourceful electric vehicle companies such as Tesla and Nissan.
So next up with marketing, according to SimilarWeb's traffic overview for Electromechanica's official site, you can see that the main sources of the hits mainly comes from direct searches. And as for the traffic by countries, you can see that the main interest really only comes from the United States, where they have about 70% of the proportion. And Canada has around 12, and the rest is pretty much spread between the rest of the world. They increased their marketing expenses from around $4,000 by the time of June 2015, and by the end of June 2016, they increased this to over $150,000. However, you can see that there wasn't a lot of increase in either of the social networks or mail or any of the referrals for the traffics on their internet. So therefore, there would be definitely a need for them to do more marketing and push forward.
Based on the increasing public awareness regards to clean energy and global environmental issues, we think products such as Solo will appeal to those consumers who have strong environmental awareness. So we think overall the market has a very promising future for electric vehicles.
Through the model we constructed, we discovered that Electromechanica will generate a free cash flow starting in the year 2017, and it will grow exponentially till the year 2021, at which time it will grow at a rate of 5%, which is calculated through the estimation of the industry's average. The cost of capital is calculated using the average beta of multiple companies such as Tesla, Elio, Green Power Motors, and Ford. And the resulting net present value is around $21.5 million.
Okay, so next we'll take a look at the cost and revenue drivers for our model. For revenue drivers, there are two main elements that we looked at. The first element is the capacity rate or the productivity of Electromechanica, and the second is the expected EV sales in Canada. Starting from next year, they'll be able to produce 500 in only a quarter. So we projected that their efficiency would increase, and so you can see that the capacity rate is slowly increasing at the steady percentage that we set it at over the past 8 years. The second assumption that we made is that we looked at the sales of EVs in Canada, and we gave Electromechanica a small market share, and if you see here, it's 0.011 or 1.1% of the total EV market, and that's how we got the revenue driver, which is sales. And next, looking at cost drivers, we looked at Tesla, we looked at other types of EV companies, and we came up with the assumption that at the start, obviously sales and marketing and R&D is very, very important for startups. So we set the rate for sales and marketing at 20% because obviously they need to get the word out, they need sales to increase for their product.
So as for our investment rationale, we recommend to enter at 2017 to invest up to 10 to 12% of Electromechanica's current holdings and exit by the year of 2022. So currently, we believe Electromechanica has its first mover advantage in the niche market they created, and apparently this market shows a strong level of growth with very high potentials, and the company faces very low levels of competition. While 5 years later, in the year 2022, we believe consolidation is likely to happen due to the entrances of the most dominant players in the industry, such as Tesla and Nissan. This could really magnify the uncertainties of operations beyond this point, which is why we recommend to exit at this point in time. And as for the investment amount, after taking into account the share capital cut and the current shares, we came up with to invest at around $622,000, taking up 10% of the current holdings over a 5-year course. And according to the industry average of venture capital success rate, this investment might not be very appealing. However, after a thorough analysis of Electromechanica's financials and the company's position, we believe that it has a much higher success rate of around 80%. So this is why, after taking into account of the 80% success rate, the investment should generate a 5-year net return of around 418% with annual returns at 39%.
Lastly, let's examine the risks and mitigations. A major risk is that Solo's one-seat design, while appealing to lone travelers, might not attract traditional consumers. To solve this issue, Solo's new product that will be introduced soon, the Twin, can accommodate 2 passengers, and this product can possibly help Electromechanica gain a bigger market share. Another risk is that due to Electromechanica's limited resources, it might not have the capacity to accommodate its current demand. And while further financing is conducted, this risk can be mitigated. However, a crucial risk that might not be able to be mitigated is that since Electromechanica does not have a significant comparative advantage, other companies with more resources can easily enter this market and take control of this niche market. In conclusion, we believe this is an appealing opportunity to invest, and we should lead the next round of financing. This concludes our presentation. We're Team Ace. Thank you for your time.